She's always so excited. This beauty is 21 years old, absolutely brilliant, and takes over a room, right? And so I'm really, really proud of her. Shout out to you, Kiara, and your mom. And shout out to all of you guys for being on here tonight. I'm Jewel Tankard, right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, a part of the Queens of Cryptocurrency. Actually, guys, I've been in the crypto space for like, it'll be 5 years this month. Oh my gosh, yay. And I'll tell you what, it was probably one of the smartest financial decisions that I could have made was to join this amazing academy, because when I tell you, I have learned so much, and there's no way that I would have been blessed to make millions of dollars had I not been getting consistent education. Guys, this is what I know, is that anytime somebody wants to become wealthy, or you could put it like this, the reason most people don't become wealthy is because they don't get the education, right? Money is like a living organism. It's always moving, it's always changing. And so with the academy, what we're gonna show you guys tonight is that you'll have an opportunity to come into the largest, I believe, one of the largest, strongest wealth educational platforms in the entire world. And I'm not just saying that like it's hype or whatever, like I really, really mean when I there's so many lives that are being impacted, including my own life, including my own family's life. Now it has become a complete family affair. My husband is trading foreign currency. Yay! I've been watching you for 4 years. My sister is trading foreign currency and cryptocurrency. Yay. My niece, my auntie Jeannie, my parents. Guys, that was a really big deal, right? Because my parents had just been watching and just like, you know, that's just for you. And they're classic entrepreneurs, but they really had not become investors. And now I can say, and I'm so grateful that mom and dad are trading with us. And so, and my cousin Daniel, so when I tell you, we have made it a family affair. My niece Taja, my nephew Caleb, I mean, it's like every day the family is growing in the space. And that's really a blessing, because you guys know a lot of times you might be in a space, but it doesn't necessarily mean that your family will follow you. But this is what I know. People love success. And at the end of the day, when people are profiting and their lives are changing, they're going to pay attention. So you guys are going to have an opportunity to hear from some amazing women tonight, the queens of cryptocurrency. I don't know, it's maybe been a couple months ago. I thought about it. I said, you know, I really want to form something that allows people of color to know that this space is for them, and particularly women, right? Because if you Google right now, crypto billionaires, and we're changing this, you see white men and an Asian guy, and we love them, but I wanted to make sure that we were represented. And so I knew that all of these women were super, super hungry and super, super intelligent and educated and really plugged into the educational platform that we have. And so we formed something called the Queens of Cryptocurrency. And so you're going to have an opportunity to hear from each of them tonight. They're going to share just a of their stories with you. You're going to see kind of an overview of what you're going to get. But I promise this space, you're into a wealth family. We are loving, we're kind. It's probably one of the smartest financial decisions that anybody can make. And so what I want to do right now is I want to get ready to bring over one of my favorite people in the entire world. And that is my sister, JUNETTA Barnes, right? This woman is doing powerful things. Her husband, and she's the first lady of Empowerment Temple Church in Baltimore, Maryland. They're doing so well there. They own a multiple $million consulting firm, where they've had this now for, actually, I don't know, Jeanette will tell you, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe 15 years or something like that, but they serve people like the Navy SEALs, Howard University, Walgreens, the list goes on. She really didn't want to have anything to do with this, but she was out jogging one day and ran into a Bitcoin ATM machine. And then she called me like, girl, okay, now talk to me about Bitcoin again. And the rest is history. Now she's actually becoming a leader and a force in this space. And her children, my niece and nephew, are also in this space, killing the game. And so I'm going to bring to you, to the stage, JUNETTA Barnes. JUNETTA, are you there, beautiful?
Yes, yes, I'm here. Hello, hello, everybody. Super, super excited. I need you guys to put some ones in the chat clap for my sister, Dr. Jewel Tankard. I tell you what, she is such a trailblazer, and I just thank God for her. You know, I would not be here today if it was not for her persistency and her consistency of telling me about these new rules of money. Guys, whether you realize it or not, we're literally in the middle of one of the greatest wealth transfers that we'll ever see in our generation, ever, right? So I'm so excited. Every time I get an opportunity to share this, I'm super excited to do so. As my sister said, my name is JUNETTA. I'm here in Baltimore. Do we have any Baltimoreans in the house? If you're from Baltimore, put a 7 in the chat. Want to see if anybody's from Baltimore. So here in Baltimore, where my husband, like my sister said, is a pastor of Empowerment Temple Church. So excited to be in ministry, a businesswoman, a mom, you know, do so many things. You know, as women, a lot of times we wear so many hats. So guys, like she said, one day I was walking my little cute shorty Layla, and I was walking and saw this Bitcoin ATM machine. And so I have been blowing Jewel off for years, y'all. I'm telling you, Jewel been telling me, I'm like, girl, I am too busy. I got a lot going on. I really can't take on anything else. But when I saw that Bitcoin ATM machine, it just hit me. I was like, wait, whoa, this is what my sister's been telling me about. And what the heck is Bitcoin anyway? And so that was the beginning of this journey that has truly been life-changing for not just me, but our whole entire family. You guys are going to hear from my son, Caleb, shortly, my 14-year-old son, who is actively trading in this space, making tons of money, so much so that in the next year, he's gonna be a millionaire by 15. Guys, you gotta listen good. I need you to go ahead and invite somebody, invite your family, invite your friends, because you need to see what is happening today. So what I wanna do is I want to get ready to introduce to you the HFX Academy. And if somebody can make me co-host real quick, that'd be amazing. So I want to share my screen so you'll be able to see this. So bottom line is this, guys. So I started trading 7 months ago, brand new. A lot of you listening, you're like, I don't know anything about this. That's what I was thinking. I don't have an economics degree, and child, I hated math in school anyway. So I'm like, really? We really aren't about to do all of that. But anyway, this HFX Academy, that's what I want to share with you, also called Binary Options. It's absolutely amazing. The platform that we're all a part of is called the I Am Academy. It's like the Harvard University of Wealth Education. If you think about it, Jewel and I, we're from Detroit, 313 in the house. We went to the Detroit public schools. We went to some of the best schools in the country. And I don't know about you, but I never really recall learning about money, learning about trading, learning about investing like that, right? So the I Am Academy is the platform that's going to educate you. The thing that I want to present to you, where my baby's killing it, where I'm killing it, where Jewel's husband's absolutely killing it. He just shut the whole thing down. The Binary Options, also called HFX. Now, let me just say this. This may be new to a lot of you because traditionally, the way we think about getting money is the way we learn in school, right? Bottom line is pretty much when you go to school, they're training you to work for someone. And as you see in this graph, that's why 60% of people work for someone, having that job. A lot of times people call a job just over broke, right? Because they're telling you how much you're going to make. They're going to tell you when you're going to show up. They're going to tell you if you get a vacation, right? And when you can get it, if you get it, right? And so as an employer, I understood this. And that's no shot, you know, no shame or not to employers, but the reality is the employer, the person, your boss, that's the people who get the flexibility. I go into my office when I want to. Honest to God, this whole year I probably went in the office one time because I can do that, right? But as an employee, you don't have that option. And then you got 35% of people who work for themselves as entrepreneurs. That's amazing too, right? Jewel and I's mom and dad, serial entrepreneurs. That's all we ever saw growing up is business. As a matter of fact, in Detroit, they were the first African Americans to have record stores in downtown Detroit. You know, Detroit is Motown, so we had a little bit of everybody come through. Earth, Wind, and Fire, the OJs, Luther Vandross. Come on, somebody. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's what they did. But what we do remember is long, hard hours. Long hours. We get up, sundown. We're running through the record store, but that's just how the life of an entrepreneur. 4% business owners, but guys, the 1%, that's what I'm excited about. See, the 1% say, forget me working hard. I'm going to make my money work hard. I'm going to put some money in the market, and I'm going to tell that thing how to go and how to work. I'm going to whip that thing into shape while I'm laying on the beach, while I'm living my dream life. So the bottom line is this, you know, Albert Einstein, He says compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. And so, guys, with this HFX, what I'm about to tell you about this binary options, you're going to learn how to compound your money, money on top of money. Again, HFX in the I Am Academy. This is one of the academies that you will learn how to live your dream life. How you're going to learn how to make money in minutes right from your phone, right from your laptop. That's exactly what I do. That's exactly what my 14-year-old Caleb did. As a matter of fact, I want to go ahead and get Caleb on. If somebody could please unmute him. I want us to hear from this young man. I'm so proud of him. He just started maybe 30 days ago. And I told him, Caleb, we're going to learn this together. And guys, you just got to hear what this 14-year-old is doing. You know, we're so inspired by it, so much so I told my husband, we need to do a summer camp. So we're opening a summer camp in the summer that we're going to be able to teach other kids to duplicate what Caleb has done. Caleb, are you there? Is Caleb in the house?
Hello.
Hey, Caleb. Hey, Caleb. All right, Caleb, I want you to just share really quickly.
Auntie's baby.
Baby, he's a big baby. Look, 6'5", size
He's
15 shoe. Look, size 15 shoe, talking about baby, big baby. All right, Caleb. So you're 14 years old, okay? And so you started trading with Mom. I said, we're going to learn this together, right? So how long did it take you to learn this trading right from your laptop and binary options, Caleb?
Learning the basics took me about a day. Learning it in a full took around like a month to 2 months.
Okay. So yeah, so you did it in about a day. So what was your best day so far? What was your best day? I gave you
my best day.
Yes.
My best day was $4,000.
Okay. So you break it up a little bit. Say that again, baby. Say that again.
$14,000.
$14,000. God gave him 1,000 for every year. How you like that? Listen, where else is a baby making that kind of money? Look, in a minute, he's about to take care of me. Forget me taking care of him. He could go ahead and take care of me. So guys, that's the HFX Academy. So you're going to learn about this. I'm going to show you a chart in just a moment as you see how easy it is. You're able to make money in minutes. Literally, generally speaking, you're going to get a trade about 3 minutes. You're going to look at a currency pair. You're going to buy or you're going to sell. It's literally that simple. You're doing that right from your phone, right from your laptop. So the I Am Academy is learning simplify. You're going to learn to master the markets and know how to build real wealth and freedom. You're going to have access to over 100 plus full-time educators. I don't care how busy you are. Guys, I'm busy. You're busy. Jill's busy. China's busy. Everybody's busy. But the thing I love, you're able to plug in what works best for you, right? So you have all these educators from around the world. You get live mentorship. You have access to multi-millionaires. Our CEO who's a billionaire. You have access to them. That is absolutely phenomenal. So guys, this is what a chart kind of looks like. And what I'm actually going to do really quickly, I want you guys to actually see, I'm going to log in so you could just see real quick what this binary options looks like, guys. You're going to be able to go into the market and make a decision if you want to buy or sell. We have tools that will tell you every 5 minutes, calling out trades every 5 minutes. So guys, this is an actual account, okay? This is one of my actual accounts. Real simple, like on the far left here, you have the different currencies, right? You're going to see the different currencies like the US dollar, the Canadian dollar, the Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar, you know, these different currencies. You're going to buy and sell based on their values at the time when you go into the market. So pretty much you have the currencies there. Call, put. What is call, put? Calls, buy, put, sell. Call, buy, put, sell. So when the market is going up, you're going to buy. When the market is going down, you're going to sell. It is just that simple. You're doing this in 1 to 3 minutes, guys. This tool has made my baby $14,000 in about 15 minutes. Ben Taker, I know Jules going to share his testimony, and myself, we just been making a ton of money. Guys, it's the easiest money I've ever made. So what I want to do is just encourage you today, as you heard from my 14-year-old, if a baby can do it, you can do it, right? If a baby can do it, you can do it. And this is a lifelong skill, not just for you, but for your children and your children's children. This is generational, guys. So I just want to encourage you, make sure, and right now, before I wrap up, right now, one of our master educators, Maddie Pip, is doing a kind of like a promo. He basically is taking his account to $1,000. And this guy has a $15 million account. That's just one of them. He said, you know what? That's not relatable for a lot of people. I want to start at $1,000. I'm going to show you how I'm going to grow that to $1 million. So you need to get in today so you can take that journey so he can hold your hand. You're going to go on live with him. He's going to tell you, buy US dollar, Canadian dollar, sell this, sell that, buy that. And you're just going to make that money right along with them, okay? So guys, that's the HFX Academy. You need to get in now while the promo's going on. So by Christmas, this is going to be your best Christmas yet, okay? All right, that's all I got. Let's give it over to Wanda.
Thank you guys so much. You guys show some love in the chat box. Junetta breaking down high frequency Forex for you. One of my favorite ways to make money on the internet. Guys, my name is Wanda Webb. I live in the Dallas, Texas area with my amazing husband of 13 years, 5 children. And I always say that we've been in business together since we started dating. Like seriously, our second conversation was about what books we were reading. And I happen to be reading books by a gentleman named Robert Kiyosaki. And in those books, he taught me what the wealthy people teach their children that the poor people do not teach their children. Guess which one of those I had mastered? Me. And I remember reading what he said poor people teach their children. And I thought, oh, snap. I think I know which category I'm in because these are all things that I've heard. Let's see real quick if you can relate. Have you ever been told that the way to be successful is go to school, get good grades, and get a good job? Wow, you had the same mama I did. Have you ever been told that money doesn't grow on trees? Everything that glitters ain't gold. It's amazing how we get taught some of the same things. We have no idea what we're saying. We have no relationship with wealth building. And we take our advice from people who more than likely have never had a relationship with really, truly building wealth. And so when I was 22 years old, I picked up a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad because I'd been on my own since I was 14 and I was really just looking for some guidance. And I heard about this book on a TV show, actually, Oprah. It was a rerun. And I thought, well, that sounds like a really powerful way to learn about wealth. And I read the book in about 2 days and I cried because I realized that I was farther from what I wanted for myself than I had realized. And I want to just say that if you're on the line and you're thinking, man, I really thought I would be farther along in life at this age or at this moment or in this season, I want to let you know that things can quickly change. My last 3 years has absolutely propelled me into all the goals that I've been trying to accomplish for 13. And the big difference was I learned how to make money on this thing right here, the greatest invention that we've known to mankind, which is the internet. We learned how to make money the smart way, not the hard way. And so one of the very first things I learned in that book was that I was going to have to decide who I wanted to be when it came to wealth. That means we got to pick who we want to be. I'm going to keep it really simple to you. I want you to be the 1%. I want you to be the people who have more than enough. I want you to be the people who are invested, who have money working for you. That's what I would love for you to see tonight, see yourself doing. And what's powerful is that this program teaches many ways how to make money off the internet. And Junetta went over high frequency Forex, binary options. You guys, if I were you, I would absolutely try to get started before our educator, Maddie Pips, really starts this next promotion. But maybe you're like me. Maybe the reason that you're here tonight is because you've been hearing a lot of buzz about cryptocurrency and you have no idea what it means, but there's something in your gut saying, hey, ask the right questions at least. If that's you, congratulations. Guys, you don't have to be smart to do this. You don't have to even really know anything about this space. You don't even have to know how to spell cryptocurrency. But I will tell you, the only way I've ever made money, whether it was real estate, I had 12 multifamilies before I was the age of 30, whether it was branding, I have a kitchen invention we sold 40,000 units of, even went to Shark Tank. We've done things, okay? I've been trying to figure it out for a very long time. And what I learned that the quickest way to wealth was not the vehicle. It was not even what I was doing. It wasn't what I was reading. The quickest way to wealth was my network. If you want to be a millionaire, and there is nothing wrong with those words, you need to prophesy over yourself without shame. If you want to be a millionaire, you need to get around some millionaires because the conversation is different. Because my millionaire friends never told me, well, go try to get a different degree. They never told me that. What they told me was to network. And so 3 years ago, I had a girlfriend of mine who I have tremendous respect for. She's just one of those friends that is like a money friend. You have anyone in your life you could talk to and really keep it real about money? No? You got some tonight. And that was my money friend. And she said, listen, who are you around? I was like, well, hold on. I like the way this conversation is starting. And I went to my backyard to get away from my husband because she told me that she wanted to tell just me something. And I said, what's going on? She's never talked to me this way. She asked me to jump on a webinar, very similar to what you're seeing right now. And what I witnessed that night was women trading. I know you probably didn't expect this when you heard about traders and investors. It's okay. And when I got on that webinar, I was so impressed, not by only who was representing what they were talking about, but I was in the chat box. And I was looking for some testimonies in the chat box. I was looking for real in the chat box. I didn't even know really what I was looking for, but my suspicious spirit needed to see something to tell it, I think this might just be it. For whatever reason, guys, I saw enough that night and I got started. And within 24 hours, I was in my very first profitable trade, and you couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was rich. Do you hear me? I made a couple bucks, but I did it on my phone. And then I remembered when I made my first $100 and I did it on my phone and I cried. Now I'd seen some money at this point. It wasn't the $100. Here's what it was. I thought about the 18-year-old me. I thought about the 19, 20-year-old me. I thought about how I got fired because I asked my boss for a raise. I asked him to pay me $10 an hour instead of $9 an hour when I was 19 years old. I remember how he told me to take my apron off because I worked in a chicken shack. And he embarrassed me in front of everyone on a busy Friday night and told me to get out of his building because who did I think I was? And here I was, an A honor roll student and a full scholarship to Texas A&M University. I had won a pageant that paid 100% of my education. Thank you, God. But at this moment, I was reduced to the difference of $1 in pay, an extra 40 bucks a week. I can't even buy my favorite shampoo with that kind of money. I want to tell you that things can change really quickly and that you are not being outworked. You are not repelling wealth. You are just probably being out networked. That's it. There's just some people who probably know a little bit more than you. So when I talk about cryptocurrency, a lot of people say, well, oh, come on now, it's not kind of risky. And I agree, everything is a risk. I mean, getting in your car and going to work today was a risk, but somehow you got there. Here's what I believe. I believe that people don't understand which side the risk is on. And so what I want to do is I just want to really quickly kind of show you some facts that you can take home with you. One, if you are working for the US dollar, if you are saving the US dollar, if you have the US dollar in a bank, if your 401k is in the US dollar, then you probably know, like I know, this dollar has only gone in one direction. This dollar is what you would call risky. And I remember being in real estate and something very unique when we would get around other people. We would go to conventions and we would go to events. We got around people who really did this. I mean, people who had 300 buildings, 500 buildings, and it never failed. No matter what atmosphere I was in, every single one of them wanted to be an investor, not with buildings, but on paper. Every single one of them talked about stocks and shares and what new company was coming up. And I would just listen. I thought it was amazing how all these people had what everyone else wanted. Hundreds of buildings and apartments. I thought that's what I wanted. But they were all talking about how they could do that without mortgage-backed loans, without having to collect rent, without deferred maintenance. They were all trying to achieve that without ever having to collect anything from a tenant. And so when I saw this information, I said, this is it. This is the shortcut to the shortcut. And what I learned here was that there is a powerful way to multiply your money with cryptocurrency. I don't even have the time tonight to make it fair to drive this point home to you. But what I want you to know is that billion-dollar corporations are making this decision right now for themselves. In fact, if you just go search Bitcoin and Saylor, not with an I, with the Y, you're gonna uncover a beautiful story of a powerful CEO who took his company from around 400 million-ish to over $4 billion in equity because he did one thing. He said, let's buy some Bitcoin. They didn't sell anything new. They didn't hire more workers. They said, let's just buy some Bitcoin. And when he decided to buy Bitcoin, it went from 3,000 to over 50,000. We just broke another high today, 62,000. And what we're seeing is a return. The 30 years you're waiting for on that real estate, on that house you're going to buy, That 30 years you're waiting so you could pay it off and pull some equity out. The reason you want to launch a business, equity, all these reasons end up going back to the same cause, guys, equity. We're all after it. And if you come from where I come from, you're after a whole lot because you got a lot of ancestors to make up for. And what I want you to know is that cryptocurrency is very real. You absolutely need to know this conversation. And I think it's as important as saying is if you are a leader in your home, if you are a mother, a father, a minister, a business owner, a teacher, a leader of any capacity, it is your responsibility to know cryptocurrency. I take it that serious. Because now when I get around my pastors, my friends, my family, business owners, I actually have something of value to tell them. I can tell them, hey, buy this coin. Hey, buy this coin. Hey, buy this coin. You know, yesterday morning, I want you to know that everything I give, everything that's taken from me, it's all God. I know he gives, takes away, it's well with my soul. Yesterday, before I woke up, my family made $20,000 and I wake up at 6 a.m., 5 kids. Before we woke up, our portfolio had gained $20,000 in value. So I think about that moment where I was asking another man to pay me an extra dollar. And I realized that no man can pay me what I'm worth, that I'm going to have to go out like the Proverbs 31 woman, like Ecclesiastes 11 says, and I'm going to have to figure some things out, bring a change agent to the world, have solutions, and then go back for my community. And if that's you guys, if you have been wanting and longing for an education that really teaches you something where you can see results today, not a year from now, but actually see results in the palm of your hand, then what I would do is I would make sure to get back to the person and invite you and have a real conversation tonight. I mean, China is going to quickly in a minute just go over what it takes to get started here. We're talking about Mickey Mouse money, guys. If you got eyelashes on and a set of nails, this ain't nothing to you, okay? My old mentor used to say, you know what, if you're over 30% body fat, you're rich in this world. And I went and traveled the world and I realized he was right. We are rich. If you got a little fluff, you are rich. Do you know if you go to Thailand, Kenya, you know, if you go to Fiji, they're going to think you're a king or a queen, all because you got a double chin. I promise I'm living in the wrong country. But I just want to encourage you that you do have it. Quit thinking about how you don't have it. Don't entertain that. Think about how you can get it. This is the only place where you can come for a couple $100 and leave with hundreds of thousands. I've tried many things, but this has finally been the thing that's paid me in this season. You guys, I have the pleasure now handing it over to my amazing, not just friend, but a friend who's a mentor. You guys have people in your life that you can really be real with, but when you are maybe need a little bit of guidance, they have no problem saying, no, not that. That's who this person is to me. But really what she was first was an example. So I've never seen anyone who could walk into a room with people who, let's keep it real, we walk into rooms and sometimes we're the only women. Sometimes we're the only women of color. And this beautiful Black woman walks into these spaces and she says, and so she commands respect. But not just that, you guys, she's literally led tens of thousands of people to their own residual income, their own investments. Quit drawing on the screen, please. Thank you. We love you, but we will kick you out. I love you. Quit drawing on the screen. So I'm just so grateful that this was the space that I came into. When I tell you that my network is rich, this is what I'm talking about. This woman has not only written a book about this space. I mean, how many times you walk into a bookstore and there's a book by a beautiful Black woman about cryptocurrency? Come on now. She's written a book about this, but she didn't take it there. She didn't stop there. She took it further because she realized there were some people she was not going to be able to reach with the book. So she went and created, produced, and released a song that's on every single platform right now called Bitcoin Mommy. Not just that, she is actually, I would say, one of the top 3 people in this company who really set the precedent for what it is today. A good, loyal friend to our CEO, confirmed billionaire, Christopher Terry. And before there was women in this space talking about this, making money off of this. Ladies, if you're on the line, you all big thank you to these ladies because they were here 5 years ago when it really was just them. So not just an example, but a mentor. And you guys, I'm so grateful that you guys get to hear her story directly from her, but she's also going to talk about the money. Okay, that's my favorite thing she does is talk about the money in a really clear and fun way. So guys, give it up for the Dr. CHYNA BETHLEY. CHYNA, are you on the line?
Oh my gosh, Wanda, I'm absolutely here. I love sharing the stage with all of you beautiful queens. It is the queens of cryptocurrency, guys. You made it. You made it. You made it. Congratulations. Just drop some ones in the chat and just show your energy for Wanda, for Junetta, for Dr. Jewel, for Kiara, for opening up this call. This is so amazing. I just love learning from women. I don't care if it's a man that's on here. I just feel like women have such an amazing ability to provide information in a very nurturing, non-intimidating way. And we need that. Like Junetta will always say, we need all the warm and fuzzies that we can get when we're talking about cryptocurrencies and we're talking about binary options and we're talking about foreign exchange. And that's what we provide to you here. So I want to say congratulations in advance. I want to prepare to welcome you to our wealth family. I already know that your answer is going to be yes and yes. I already know that this is going to be an answer to a prayer. I already know that this is what God showed you the vision for. And now you feel it all up in your spirit right now that this is it. If I'm talking to you, just put some ones in the chat so whoever invited you will know that you need a link as soon as we get off, because the truth is you guys just feel the connection already. You guys know that the future of money is digital. And I'm excited once again just to be in this space. I started 5 years ago, like Wanda just mentioned. I knew nothing about foreign exchange. They told me Forex. I put a 4 and an X on my paper. Dr. Jewel called me. I was actually like, girl, what is she talking about? I didn't say that part on the phone, but you know how it would be. Some of you had that same reaction when somebody invited you to your destiny. Somebody invited you tonight to your destiny, and you had the audacity to have an attitude. Ain't that something? How we fight to stay in a comfortable, familiar space. So when Jewel called me on the phone with this, I'm like, what are you talking about, right? Holy Spirit began to immediately deal with me and say, didn't you just pray for something? And so what I want to say to you before I even show you anything is some of you've already prayed for what we're about to show you right now. Now it's time for you to go ahead and take actions, because what we know is that faith without the works is completely dead. So we know that you are living and you are well, right? So this information, once again, 5 years ago, totally changed my life. It changed my husband's life. We do this together. It has changed pillow talk. I feel like we speak different languages at night, which makes the bedroom activities even more sexy, especially when he getting bags with pressing some buttons and I'm getting bags, pressing some buttons. Suddenly, I'm just excited and turned on. So for you guys that are married out there, if you want to spice up your relationship, get you some money and start talking about some Japanese yen and some Bitcoin and some cryptocurrency. And I promise you, it's going to spice some things up, right? So with that being said, my daughter, who's 20 years old, we were blessed to be able to purchase her a brand new Mercedes-Benz when she turned 18 years old, because we didn't want her to have to lease anything. We didn't want her to have a car note. We wanted to teach her real principles like titles and deeds. I'm excited for what's happening for her now. She owns her own business, operating it very successful. And we've been an example for her through this amazing platform. It has totally funded our life. We've traveled to places like Dubai, to South Africa, building global networks. And it's just been a complete honor, guys. And so I'm excited for the level of credibility that we have here tonight. For those of you that are thinking to yourselves, you know, sometimes one of the things that Wanda touched on and even Junetta touched on, depending on how you were raised, sometimes we come from an era where we're taught to be skeptical. We don't realize this, right? They sell us this thing that seems like we're being free, but we're really kind of caged, right? So when freedom really does come, you're skeptical because you think that it's not supposed to be that easy. Well, the truth is, I've never made money easier than what we're doing right now. We literally sit home, we get alerts to our phone, we press a couple of buttons, and we watch the numbers go up and we get excited because we're making money. So I'm going to show you exactly how we're doing that as I break down to you what the foreign exchange market actually is. The foreign exchange market, guys, this is the largest financial market in the world. All we're doing, we're talking about Forex, is foreign exchange, like going to Europe from the United States and exchanging your US dollar for the Great British Pound, or going to Mexico from the United States and exchanging your US dollar for the Mexican peso. If somebody came to the United States, as close as Mexico is, they cannot go and buy gas with a Mexican peso. So when that exchange happens, that's foreign exchange, right? There's an exchange rate connected to it that would allow somebody to make money off of that exchange. Now that somebody can be you because of technology. This is the largest financial market in the world. $6.7 trillion a day is moved through this market. Guys, this is amazing because unlike the stock market, this operates 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So from Sunday to Friday, we're on our phone, operating on our smartphones, making money. So if your phone is now a smartphone, your TV now is a smart TV, and your watch is now a smart watch, isn't it time for you to have some smart money? Listen, money is digital. And here's the interesting thing. The banks have been trading your money for years, giving you 0.01% at the end of the year. Now we're saying to you, let us teach you the hidden wealth secrets. Let us give you access to multi-million-dollar banking software. Let us give you access to apps that you can actually download right now to your phone, like the Swipe Coin app, like the Swipe Trades app, like the HFX Swipes app that's going to literally, watch this, guys, this is unbelievable. The master traders, watch this, guys. So it doesn't matter who invited you to the call. It don't matter how much money they made. It don't matter how much they know, because you're not going to get the information from them. The expert traders are going to send you notifications to your phone of all the answers to the test. And you literally get to get paid. It is absolutely fascinating. So what I want to show you really quick is a trading plan. This trading plan is absolutely amazing. It puts you in a position to understand how your money can compound. So one of the things that you heard Junetta mention is that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. And he who does not, that's what they do. They pay it. They pay it in car loans, home loans. They pay it in student loans. They pay it in credit card loans. Or if you guys already familiar with that part, just put a 0 in that, because we're going to cancel that out, right? We don't want you paying interest. We want you earning interest. And that is what this is going to show you how to do. This is what we call a 10% trading plan. This plan shows you, the everyday person, if you don't fully understand Forex, it's okay. That's how we all work. If you don't fully understand cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, that's okay. That's how we all work. If you don't understand binary options, it's okay. But if you can understand depositing $300 in an account and growing it 10% a day with our guidance, then I want you to pay close attention to this. You start an account with $300. And by the way, these numbers can be changed. If you want to go less, you can change this. You can put it into less. If you want to go more, you can change it. You can put it into more. But I believe that $300 is a great place to start. Growing it 10% a day would allow you day one to make $30 in your trade account. If you've ever made $30 with us, just drop 30 in the chat real quick. Drop a 30 in the chat if you made $30. Guess this is for you. Pay attention to the chat. These are members showing you that this is easy breezy, beautiful, right? $30 a day. Day two, your goal is to make $33. Day three, 36. And by the time you get down to day 7, guess what? Your account has potentially grown to $584.62. Guys, your bank's just not going to do that for you. You nearly doubled your money in 7 days. By the time you get down to day 14, watch this, guys, you had your first $100 trading day. If you've ever made $100 with us, please drop 100 in the chat. Yes, I need you to pay attention to the chat. Look at the people who are making money with us, guys. $100 trading day takes you to $1,139.25. By the time you get down to day 21, boom, baby, you done grow $300 to $2,220.07. Why? Because you had your first $200 trading day. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever made $200 trading with us, put 200 in the chat, please. Yes, pay attention to the people who are making money from the device that you may be watching me from. Listen, by the time you get down to day 35, $8,000. How is it possible? Because you're growing 10%. And the money is constantly compounding. You get down to day 60, and I know the numbers may be like, whoa, how did this happen? Because you're making 10% from a bigger number. You're at $83,000. $40.45. But I want you to entertain this for just a second. This is simply a mathematical equation. We've embedded the risk in. We know that every trade is not going to go exactly the way you want it to go. So we've given you the risk that we embed in the process. So my question to you is this. If you got 50% of this wrong, would you be okay with growing $300 to $40,000? Now, on any occasion, in any other situation, you get 50% wrong, you failed. But here, you walk away with $40,000. Not only that, we give you access to a job equivalent. Guys, this shows you that if you're making $12.50 an hour on your job, All you need to do is get to $100 a day to replace that income if you want to fire your good old boss. Listen, if you're making $31.25 an hour on your job, you just got to get to $250 a day, guys. That's $5,000 a month, $60,000 a year. Boom, you just replace your income. If you're making at least $250 a day, drop $250 in the chat. We're showing you how to literally change the total trajectory of your life. Now, what does it take to get started? This is my favorite part, because I'll be honest, most of us have went to school and have spent tens of thousands of dollars on our education. And I'm not down on education. I'm big on education, actually. But you know what? I want to learn from people who have results. I want to learn from systems that are not antiquated. I want you to learn something that's going to be relevant today. And I don't want to tell your children to go to school to get a 4-year degree, and then 4 years from now, their field is not even relevant because things are changing at the speed of thought. That's why technology is so important. That's why you need to encourage your children to be a part of something so innovative. So my recommendation, write this down right now and get ready to press the button to tell the person who invited you that I am ready. You must become an action taker. The elite option is by far, bottom line, the best opportunity for you. Why? Because it puts you in a position to make more money. Well, what do you get? You get access to all 3 of our money academies: the FRX Academy, the HFX Academy, and the DCX Academy. That's everything that JUNETTA talked about, WANDA talked about, and I talked about. You get access to that for the best price. You get all of these add-ons. Remember the app that I told you to download? It's right here. Download it. Go to your app stores right there. Bam. That is your money right there. Not only that, guys, you get all of these wonderful apps. Every single one of them allows you to make more money, more money, more money. Now, normally something like this will cost you $984.30. But tonight, somebody type in tonight, we want to offer you a $659.36 discount. For those of you that are action takers, we want to give that whole elite package to you tonight for $324.94. Excuse me. The way I'm set up, honey, that's bundles before installation. I'm just saying. Before installation. So ladies, I already know you 324 ready tonight to totally change your life and have access to your wealth community. Now, there is a monthly tuition of only $274 a month. This continues your access, but guess what? You don't pay that until 28 days later. And guess what? Guys, we have the audacity, somebody say audacity, to offer you a scholarship that totally waives your monthly subscription. Guys, this is absolutely amazing. By now, I already know you're ready. You should be texting the person who told you this. Thank you for getting me on this call. The next thing you're going to want to say is send me your link. But before we get off this call, I got to bring up my sister. Let me tell you something about this woman right here. This woman is breaking all kind of barriers. This woman is called and anointed to do exactly what she's doing right now. It is no surprise to me that she is an economist, because she is absolutely, totally changing the full trajectory of the way we do everything. She was the first female in this industry to hit such a pinnacle position of chairwoman 100. You're going to find out what that means, but that's a whole lot of coins, baby, with a whole lot of commas, because she was bold enough, she was courageous enough to not just come into this space by herself, but she said, I got to open up the doors for my sisters and brothers who would not get this information if it were not for her. Come and bring it to them. So without any further ado, help me bring to the fore none other than a woman that you've seen on Bravo on Thicker Than Water, none other than a woman that's going to make sure she at church on Wednesdays and Sundays, though her husband is flying her all around the country to all of their beautiful homes or wherever they're going. Dr. Jewel Tanker. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Thank you. That's why we go everywhere together. Did y'all see that little reel we did? That thing was hilarious. I'm like, this is why we go everywhere together. But no, guys, listen, I love everything that I heard tonight, you know, and it just makes me so incredibly grateful that I had ears to hear and eyes to see. And I hope that you have ears to see. I mean, yeah, ears to hear and eyes to see, because honestly, we're in the middle of the largest wealth transfer that the world has ever seen. We're in the first inning. So now is the time. You know, Wanda mentioned a gentleman by the name of Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor is a billionaire. He met on February 3rd. He met with a bunch of, you guys be quiet. I got a bunch of teenagers in the house. He met with a bunch of S&P 500 companies February 3rd, right? And he basically was telling them that I need you guys to move all of your capital reserve into Bitcoin. So when I heard that, I'm saying, well, wait a minute. How many churches, how many, people of color are moving capital into Bitcoin? Do they even understand what Bitcoin is? So it's really important that you move with a sense of urgency. Like, this is not that thing that you need to go back and be like over analytical, or, oh, I got to pray about it. No, this is one of those things that you hear. Forbes magazine did an article about 1.5 years ago, and they said that highly successful people, one of the things that makes them highly successful is that they've learned to trust their financial instinct. See, everybody got a financial instinct. Most people were raised with a broke instinct. They had an instinct that if they wanted it, they couldn't have it. We're going to flip the script on that. You're going to get a financial instinct that says, if I want it, I can have it, and I'm going to go after it. God has graced my life to make a strong 6 figures every single month. My husband watched me in this space for 4.5 years. He supported me, but he was like, baby, that's you. Then my husband, who has a very successful jazz career, Ben Tankard, so excited. My baby just dropped his 22nd CD named Shine. Y'all check it out. Shameless plug on Amazon. Okay. But he finally started trading. Him and my sister started trading in the same month. I was like, the job and family meeting, I didn't know about it. What's going on? My baby last month did $96,000. Sunday, he had his biggest day. And these numbers are not embellished. This is not monopoly money. This is real life money that he actually has access to. Last Sunday, he had his largest trading day of $190,000. Yesterday, right after because we did a webinar like this yesterday, right after I went in the office and said, that's his office right there. He's in there, probably on a Zoom now, trading. But I asked him, I said, baby, what'd you do today? He said, I'm up $30,000. What am I telling you is that we're going to teach you how to make money in minutes. Now, this is the other thing. This is how you need to be thinking. You need to be thinking about being a digital entrepreneur. You need to be thinking about, how many people am I going to bring into this space? Because the reality is the company pays a lot of money. If you decide to build a team, if you decide to have a digital franchise, the company makes a lot of money. Now, usually we would show the comp right now, but I really feel led to show you something else because I really want to make sure that you guys understand what's happening. I told you at the beginning of this that right now, if you Google crypto billionaires, you're going to see a lot of our white brothers whom we love and appreciate. A lot of them have been our financial mentors in this space, right? But we need to make sure that we are the next crypto billionaires so that other people of color can see themselves in this space. They're twins by the name of Cameron and Zach, and I can't remember the other guy's name real quick, but they're the Winklevoss twins, okay? And they were actually responsible for working with Mark Zuckerberg and building the social network of Facebook. So when you see things like Instagram and Snapchat and Clubhouse, they were all built off of the foundation of what Mark did with Facebook, right? They were also main players in actually starting Bitcoin, right? And so they own 1% of all Bitcoin. They own 1% of all Bitcoin. So what am I saying? That these guys had an ability to become, they're early adopters. Early adopters have early benefits. Now I'm going to show you guys just a little small clips of this because I want you to see how powerful this is. If you want to become wealthy, you got to follow the doggone clues. Wealth leaves clues. It leaves indicators. You want to become wealthy, then you got to follow what the wealthy do. So anytime you start to see people like this starting to make major moves, you've got to pay attention to it. Also, really quickly, a gentleman by the name of Paul Tudor Jones, billionaire. He basically was against Bitcoin. Well, I won't say he was against Bitcoin, but he wasn't for it. And then recently he made a statement that he believes in Bitcoin, he's behind Bitcoin, and now he is selling Bitcoin. So let's just watch a little bit of this. Just want you guys to see what's happening and why this is so powerful.
After, unfortunately, I came on your show and got besieged by God knows how many different people on Bitcoin. And again, I've got small single-digit investment in Bitcoin. That's it. I'm not a Bitcoin flag bearer. But what I learned was, and what I was so surprised by, is that Bitcoin has this enormous contingent of really smart and sophisticated people who believe in it. And now when I think of the menu of the inflation hedges, the thing that Bitcoin has, again, it's like investing with Steve Jobs and Apple are investing in Google early, you've got this group of, that's, by the way, crowdsourced all over the world, that are dedicated to seeing Bitcoin succeed in it becoming a commonplace store of value and transactional to boot at a very basic level. And so I've never had an inflation hedge where you have a kicker that you also have great intellectual capital behind it. So that makes me even more constructive on it. If you think about it, if you're long 230s, right, you're effectively short the bond market. That's your inflation hedge. You're really betting on the fallacy of mankind rather than its ingenuity and entrepreneurialism. So I like Bitcoin even more now than I did then. I think we're in the first inning of Bitcoin.
Okay,
Shepard
now
Smith
this is
here.
what I want you to pay attention to. I don't know if you noticed, but Bitcoin behind him at that time was just $12,000. Now, Bitcoin just broke $62,000. So the timing of everything is critically important. I would not have a 7-figure cryptocurrency portfolio right now today had I not started taking advantage of this 4 years ago when we didn't have as much as social proof. So what I'm saying to you is that the information that you guys are getting today is critically important, that you don't procrastinate. Procrastination caused stagnation. Stagnation caused little growth. Before you know it, guys, we'll be at the end of 2021. You determine if you become wealthy. See, years ago, we were told it had to take 20, 30 years to become wealthy and all that stuff. Automatic millionaire next door, save $50 a month, CDs, bonds, mutual funds. Now with crypto, basically all crypto is, it's money and tech together. So the velocity of money is moving much faster. So people are becoming wealthier much, much faster. Now, really quickly, I'm going to show you guys this last thing. This is important because I want you to tie these things together, because you have an opportunity now to say, you know what, let me put myself in a position to become wealthier than I have ever become. You literally could be making, I don't care if you're making, you know, you could be making like $50,000 a year. And the next couple years, you could easily be a multiple millionaire. Now, by the way, it's speculated that Bitcoin is probably going to end up at about 1.5. Tyler did this interview talking about Bitcoin being at about $500,000. We're not going to watch all of it, obviously, but I need you to see just a little bit of what he's saying, because I need you to understand this is the future of money, right? This is not a fallacy. This is for real.
A lot of people don't know this, but the best way to make money with Amazon in 2021 is not by selling our
Bitcoin has to be worth $500,000 a Bitcoin.
That's, yeah, I totally makes sense. When it does reach the point when it gets to $500,000 a coin, like what does it look like from the consumer behavior? Are people spending it? And how do you think it will be used when it gets to that point?
So that is a great question. A lot of people wonder, do you have to buy things, spend Bitcoin? Does it have to be used as a currency for it to get there? My answer is no. Nobody buys coffee or goes to McDonald's and buys a Big Mac with gold. Gold is seen, you know.
Store of value.
Yeah, it's a store of value. You got it. But one day, a long time ago, before the invention of fiat currency, gold was brought to the market, and it was a commodity money, but we recognize it's a better store of value. So if Bitcoin just becomes a mature, better store of value, I think we see 500,000 a Bitcoin. If it's also used as a currency, there's efforts like the Lightning Network and other sidechain projects. If you can also use Bitcoin as a currency, the value actually goes up much higher. If it can be both a store of value and...
Okay, so bottom line is, I'm just showing you guys, again, these guys were in at the beginning of Facebook, that social network. They're at the beginning of what's going on here. They actually own a company that allows you to buy and sell called Gemini. We're gonna teach you all those intricate details so that it all makes sense. But the bottom line is, I want you to get back with the person that invited you on here. I want you to get back with them. I want you to get back with them and tell them, listen, I'm ready to start learning. You basically, in this space, you're basically saying, I'm giving myself permission to learn. I'm approving myself to learn about the largest wealth transfer. I'm going to participate in this. We're going to also help you, for those of you that are interested in not just trading, but want to build a team, a digital franchise, a digital entrepreneur. There's tons of money that you can make. The company pays you very, very well, very, very lucrative compensation plan if you decide to tell other people, right? So I'm not going to go over all of these numbers for the sake of time, but just to give you a little bit, I'm going to start at Platinum 5,000. If you get 225 people in your organization, the company is going to pay you $5,000 a month, $1,250 every single Friday. Guys, let me tell you something. That's not hard to do, because here's what happens. When Mary starts making money, she's going to tell Bob. When Bob starts making money, he's going to tell Sarah. When Sarah starts making money, he's going to tell Marquita, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. Network marketing is in the top 5 of how people become very, very wealthy, right? Now, that 225 goes to 500. You get 500 people in the organization. The company's going to pay you $10,000 a month, $2,500 a week. I'm super proud of my aunt, who is 65 years young. Okay, she broke barriers after nursing 40 years, hit Chairman 10 just yesterday. She's officially retired from nursing. So it doesn't matter how old you are. The question is, are you ready to become wealthy? Are you ready to advance? Are you ready to live your dreams? That's the real question. The next feed is 1,250 people. When you have 1,250 people in your organization, the company says, I'm gonna pay you $25,000 a month, $6,250 every single week. Guys, listen, this is game changer kind of money. We have so many people that have left their jobs, closed down their businesses to do this full time. No overhead, no payroll. Come on, think about it. 2,500 people in your organization. The company is going to pay you $50,000 a month, $12,500 every week. This is where my beautiful sister CHYNA is right now, on her way to Chairman 100. Guys, that's a lot of money every single week. Game changer money. 5,000 people in your organization. This is where I am. On my way to Chairman 250, I make $100,000 a month. Thank you, Lord. $25,000 every single Friday. 15,000 people in your organization, $250,000 a month, $62,500 every Friday. Guys, listen, game changer money. 30,000 people in your organization, $500,000 a month. $500,000 a month. Come on, let that sink in. Say la. $500,000 a month, $125,000 a Friday. Let me tell you something. This is the kind of money that will change the game. Right, will completely change the game. And so I want to encourage you guys right now, you get back with the person that invited you. Let them know I'm ready to get started. Let them know I'm ready to learn. Let them know I'm ready to trade. Let them know. No more waiting for somebody else to approve you. No more waiting for somebody else to come and tell you it's okay. You need to give yourself permission to approve yourself, to say, I'm going to learn, come into the largest wealth transfer, make massive amounts of wealth with us, become wealthy with us together. Let's travel the world. Let's change lives together. We'll be back on here tomorrow night at the same time. Invite your family, invite your friends, because remember, CHYNA told you, when you get enrolled, if you tell 2 people, the company will waive your monthly fee. And I can tell you right now, people are looking. Airlines have laid off. Disney has laid off. We are still feeling the implications of COVID-19. People are trying to figure out what to do, and they are tired of living check to check. So you go and find some family and friends that are just like you, that are ready to go. So guys, thank you so much for joining the Queens of Cryptocurrency tonight. Also, we'll be live on Clubhouse. Follow us on Clubhouse, guys, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Standard, 12 Eastern Standard. We will be live on Clubhouse. So follow us there. We'll see you guys there. Thank you so much. Get back with the person that invited you on here. Let's get this bag together. God bless you guys. Good night. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. They call me Bitcoin mommy. Yeah. You know where to find me. Yeah. Somewhere on the internet. The streets can never find me. Bitcoin mommy. Yeah. You know where to find me. Yeah. Somewhere on the internet. The streets can never find me. Bitcoin, big bank, big fees, big tanks. You know what it is though. CT. big ring. They call me Bitcoin, baby. You know how to pay me. They ask me for my addy, know my digits, they be crazy. Look, all I want for Christmas is some Bitcoin, baby. And for New Year's, and for V-Day, and my birthday, and every day. Look, all I want for Christmas is some Bitcoin, baby. They call me Bitcoin, mommy. You know where to find me. Somewhere on the internet, the streets can't never find me. Bitcoin, mommy. You know where to find me. Somewhere on the internet, the streets can't never find me. Assets, Forex, big checks. What's next? Franchising on enterprises, Singapore, private jet. They call me Bitcoin, baby. You know how to pay me. They ask me for my addy, know my digits, they be crazy. All I want for Christmas is some Bitcoin, baby. Bitcoin, baby. Bitcoin, baby. All I want for Christmas is some Bitcoin, baby. Bitcoin, baby. Bitcoin, baby. They call me Bitcoin, mommy. You know where to find me. Somewhere on the internet, the streets can't never find me. Bitcoin, mommy. You know where to find me. Somewhere on the internet, the streets can't never find me.
Guys can find Bitcoin on every platform that you download music. That's where you can find that.